They outwit, outplay, and outlast. But what if the real game starts before the cameras roll? Behind the tropical challenges in tribal councils, Survivor contestants sign contracts that bind them to a world of secrecy, control, and unexpected obligations. The real drama, it turns out, might not be on the island, but buried deep in legal documents signed long before a single torch is lit. For decades, fans have watched players build alliances, betray friends, and battle hunger and heat for a shot at $1 million. But few know the truth about what contestants are agreeing to when they say yes to Survivor. From jaw-dropping fines to total media silence, these contracts are designed to protect the show, often at the expense of the very people who make it. Today, we're pulling back the curtain to reveal the legal landmines Survivor players step on just by signing their name. When Survivor debuted in 2000, it was nothing short of a television revolution. The show dropped 16 strangers on a remote island, gave them minimal supplies, and made them vote each other off the island, all for the chance to win $1 million. What seemed like a social experiment quickly became a cultural juggernaut. Host Jeff Probst became a household name, Tribal Council entered the pop culture lexicon, and fans across the globe tuned in season after season. But for all the showmanship and suspense, there's an undercurrent most viewers never see. Before a contestant ever reaches the island, they go through an exhaustive application process. That includes psychological evaluations, background checks, medical screenings, and, most importantly, a multi-page legal contract that outlines exactly what they can and cannot do. This contract is the hidden blueprint of Survivor, and understanding it reveals just how carefully the chaos on screen is constructed. Confidentiality at a cost. Perhaps the most infamous clause in the Survivor contract is the confidentiality agreement. Contestants are strictly prohibited from revealing any details about the show, from behind-the-scenes mechanics to who wins the game. Breaking this clause can cost a contestant up to $5 million in fines. Yes, $5 million. This clause is designed to protect the integrity of the show and prevent spoilers, but it's also raised questions in legal circles. Can a production company really enforce a multi-million-dollar penalty for a tweet or a conversation? According to some legal experts, such a large sum might be considered punitive and thus unenforceable in court. But for most contestants, the mere threat is enough to ensure silence. Control over image and story. When you sign up for Survivor, you're not just agreeing to be filmed, you're handing over control of your public image. The contract gives producers broad rights to portray contestants in any way they choose. That includes editing footage to craft specific narratives, even if it misrepresents what actually happened. This means a contestant can be painted as a villain, a hero, or even the comic relief, and they have no legal recourse. Producers can combine footage from different days, cut key context, or highlight specific sound bites to shape perception. Some former players have spoken out about how damaging this can be to their reputations, particularly in the age of social media, where online backlash can be brutal. Psychological and physical waivers. Survivor is physically and emotionally grueling by design, but the contract makes it clear contestants assume full responsibility for the risks involved. That includes injury, illness, emotional trauma, or even death. Before participating, contestants must pass medical and psychological evaluations. They must disclose all medications, mental health history, and undergo extensive screening. The contract also includes waivers that release the producers from liability in most cases. There have been real consequences. Contestants have suffered from infections, injuries, and severe weight loss. Some have required hospitalization post-show. In extreme cases, former castaways have claimed that the show exacerbated pre-existing mental health conditions, but the contract ensures the show is largely shielded from blame. Restrictions that extend beyond filming. Even after filming wraps, the contract continues to control contestants' lives. There are hold periods during which players cannot appear on other shows, give interviews, or even monetize their Survivor experience without approval. This can last for months or even years, especially for high-profile contestants or finalists. It's a way for producers to maintain exclusive rights over the Survivor brand. but it also stifles contestants' ability to capitalize on their brief moment in the spotlight. For influencers, entrepreneurs, or media hopefuls, this restriction can be a serious career roadblock. Pre-approved behavior and morality clauses. Another key part of the Survivor contract is the morality clause. This allows the show to disqualify or disassociate from any contestant whose behavior, before, during, or after the show, might reflect poorly on the brand. This clause can be interpreted broadly. Past social media posts, run-ins with the law, or even controversial opinions expressed online can result in disqualification or editing choices that minimize a contestant's screen time. In recent years, this clause has been used to address issues around racism, bullying, and other misconduct. But critics argue it also gives the producers carte blanche to erase unwanted narratives, casting control, and last-minute changes. Not everyone who signs the contract makes it onto the show. In fact, Survivor reserves the right to drop contestants at any time before filming begins, even after they've gone through all the preparations. This happens more often than fans realize. Sometimes it's due to last-minute concerns over a contestant's background. Other times, it's a simple casting change. Contestants might be flown to the location, quarantined, and then sent home before the game even begins, with little or no explanation. And yet their contract may still bind them to confidentiality and future restrictions. In other words, they never get to play, but they're still legally obligated to stay silent. Despite these rigid contracts, many contestants find ways to thrive after Survivor. Some use their newfound fame as a springboard for business ventures, YouTube channels, or motivational speaking careers. But success often hinges on navigating the legal landmines of their contract. Many contestants must wait months or years before they can fully discuss their experiences. This delay can make it difficult to stay relevant or build a brand. Still, some manage to break through. Contestants like Parvati Shallow, Rob Sesternino, and Siri Fields have become Survivor legends, using their reputation to launch podcasts, consulting gigs, or TV appearances. Others, like Spencer Bledsoe or Kelly Wentworth, parlayed their time on the island into speaking engagements or social activism. However, others have struggled. Some disappear from public life, unable or unwilling to battle the restrictions. Others face backlash from fans who only know the edited version of their story. In recent years, there's been more transparency from players about the contractual obligations they face. Reddit AMAs, podcast interviews, and social media confessions have helped pull back the curtain. Still, the exact terms often remain shrouded in secrecy, and that's by design. At its core, Survivor is about trust, manipulation, resilience, and strategy. But what happens when the real manipulation occurs off camera? The contracts reveal a game within the game, one that favors the producers, controls the players, and ensures the illusion of reality remains intact. This doesn't mean Survivor is a lie. The hunger, the alliances, the tears at tribal council, those moments are real, but the framework around them is carefully constructed. The contestant contract ensures the chaos unfolds on the producer's terms, not the players'. Understanding these contracts doesn't ruin the magic. If anything, it adds a new layer of respect for the contestants. They're not just surviving the elements, they're navigating a high-stakes media labyrinth where one misstep could cost them more than the game. It also forces us to confront a bigger question about reality television. What are we really watching? A human drama? A corporate product? Or both? Survivor remains a masterclass in storytelling. What do you think? Did these revelations change how you see Survivor? Would you ever sign a contract like this for a chance at $1 million? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more deep dives into the hidden side of reality TV, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Because on Survivor, outwitting the competition is just the beginning. The real game, it starts with a signature. And if you want more deep dives into your favorite actors and filmmakers, make sure to subscribe to FilmVert.